Welcome to the Lifetime Assembly channel. My name is Isaac, and today I'm going to help you assemble your utility shed. Before we get started, make sure the model number of your shed is listed in the description below. This video will follow the steps outlined in the assembly manual that comes with your shed. So if you've already begun and need help on a specific step, check the description below for a timestamp associated with each step. There are steps in this assembly that require 2 people, so make sure you have at least one other adult available to help. Before we get into the assembly process, let's take a look at the tools you'll need to complete the job. You may want to pause the video now so you can gather the supplies shown on the screen. Also, you may see us use an impact driver. If you decide to use one as well, be careful not to over-torque or over-tighten the hardware. This video is meant to be a companion to the assembly manual and not a direct replacement. So for the best results, make sure you have the assembly manual on hand as you complete the build. It is also crucial that you refer to the assembly manual to review the safety instructions of this build to prevent serious injury or property damage. All right, let's get started. This shed comes with 2 pairs of different length tubes. The longer tube is a wall hinge tube. The shorter one with a notch is the door hinge tube. For this step, we'll use the door hinge tube. Take the left door, the one with the Lifetime logo, and insert the hinge tube into the round hole on this edge, making sure to leave a few inches hanging out on each end. Line up the holes in one of the small square tubes with these holes in the door. Then slide the tube into the square hole on the other edge, making sure to leave a few inches hanging out at the end. Insert the end cap into the square tube. Then finish sliding until it's flush with the bottom of the door. Add the latch bracket over these holes on the front of the door, oriented like this, and secure with the hardware. Take the spacer and place it over these divots on the bottom of the door, making sure it's oriented like this. Place the deadbolt over the spacer, making sure it's oriented like this. Then secure with the self-tapping screws. These screws are designed to go into the metal underneath. Repeat at the top of the door, making sure everything is oriented like this. Take the 2 halves of the handle and connect them. Place on the front of the door and then secure the hardware on the back. Take the right door and insert the other door hinge tube with the notch into the round hole, making sure to leave a few inches hanging out on each end. Line up the holes in the other small square tube with these holes in the door. Then insert the tube into the square hole on this edge, making sure to leave a few inches hanging out. Insert the end cap into the tube, then finish sliding until it's flush with the bottom of the door. Connect the two halves of the handle together, place on the front of the door, and secure the hardware on the back. Add the locking hardware to this location, oriented like this, and secure the hardware on the back. Lay the floor panels down like this, lift one of them up at an angle, interlock the tabs, and lay the panel back down. It may be helpful to have someone else stand on the opposite panel. Secure the panels together through these divots on the seam. Take a wall panel labeled AHD and insert the tabs at the bottom with the cutouts in the floor. Slide the panel towards the narrow end of the cutouts to lock it in place. I'm comfortable using my foot, but if you're not, use a block and a rubber mallet. Add another panel labeled AHD next to the previous panel using the same method. Make sure the panels are level at the top, then secure them together with the 5 screws. Add the tabs with the corner panel labeled AGW to these cutouts on the floor. Slide the panel towards the front of the shed to lock it into place. Lean the panel away from the floor, fold it in half, line up the tab at the bottom with the hole in the floor, and apply downward pressure to lock it into place. If you're having a difficult time getting the tab to lock into place, place a block underneath the tab and apply downward pressure. Make sure the panels are level at the top and then secure with the 5 screws. Take the panel labeled AGY and insert the tabs at the bottom into the cutouts of the floor, then slide it towards the previous panel to lock it into place. Make sure the walls are level, then secure them with the 5 screws. Add the corner panel labeled AGL to this corner using the same method as the previous corner. Add the panel labeled AGN to this location using the same method as before. Lay the shed onto its back. This step may be easier with another person. On each wall hinge tube, insert a cap into one end. Fold the corner panel down, add the hinge cap oriented like this, slide the hinge tube through the floor, cap, and wall, making sure the plug is at the bottom. Repeat this process on the opposite side. Now you can stand the shed back up. Take the wall supports that look like this and insert one end into the notch, making sure it's oriented like this. Lay it into the channel, making sure the holes line up with the divots and secure through the bottom two. Repeat on the opposite side. On the back wall, add wall supports to these channels, making sure the two holes that are close together are at the top. Then secure the support to the wall with the 4 screws. In the top hole, add the bolt and nut oriented like this. Add the roof beam to the underside of the roof, making sure to line up the oblong holes with these divots in the roof. Then secure the hardware. Add the hardware, but only tighten until it's flush with the beam. Add the header bar to these notches, making sure these 2 holes are facing up. Secure the header bar through the 8 holes, making sure not to add any hardware on the end holes. Place the hinge tube of the left door onto the hinge cap, making sure the notch rests around this rib. Place another cap over the wall hinge tube, making sure the rib rests in the notch of the door hinge tube. Repeat these steps for the right door. With the help of another person, lift the roof on top of the shed, making sure the header bar is over the doors and the hinge tube rests in the round holes. Secure the roof to the back wall by inserting the screws at an upward angle into these holes. It may be helpful to have someone on the outside applying downward pressure to get the holes to line up. Now that the back wall is secure, go ahead and secure the side walls. Now insert the screws into the remaining holes of the header bar. There are 4 height settings that you can choose for your shelf. Those are indicated by these divots here. Once you've chosen what height you want your shelf at, add the shelf bracket oriented like this and secure with the hardware. On the back wall supports, add the triangular shelf supports to these slits at the height you chose. On the bottom side of the shelf, add the shelf support tube to this notch, making sure it clicks into place. Place the shelf on top of the brackets, making sure the support tube is facing the front of the shed. Secure the shelf to the brackets using 2 screws each. Finish securing the wall supports on the sides where the divots line up with the holes. The shed comes with 6 wall hooks. They can go anywhere throughout the shed in these divots. Next, you need to make sure that your doors are level. Click on this link here to see a video, or refer to your manual in Section 6 to see how to properly level your doors. If you have questions regarding leveling your doors, please feel free to reach out to our customer service team at the number below. Thank you for watching this video on how to assemble your lifetime utility shed. If you found this video helpful, give us a thumbs up. For more content like this, subscribe to our channel. If you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to our customer service team and check out our other amazing products at lifetime.com.